Okay, I'm going to be completely honest. I was going to wait like another week or two to release a cricket video, but I had so much fun checking out all the amazing saves in my last cricket video that I just had to dive into the explanation of how the game actually works. And luckily, more than one of you guys recommended this video right here, which is Cricket Explained for baseball fans. Now, am I a baseball fan? I mean, I wear a lot of baseball hats. Am I a baseball fan? Not really. But I do know how the game is played. I played it since I was a little wee child, all the way from 5 years old up to about 13. So I know the sport. This should be perfect for me. Without further ado, let's just get straight into it. I'm super curious how this game is actually played because I didn't really have much context. Hit that like button. Let's dive in.
Cricket Explained if you already know baseball.
All right. To get this started, I want you to imagine a game much like baseball, except there are only two bases, and they're basically where home plate is and where the pitcher's mound is. To score a run in this game, you simply have to reach the next base. So if you put the ball in play and you make it to the pitcher's mound, that's a run. And then if you're able to make it back to home plate, then you score 2 runs on that play. This game is played in the middle of an oval, so there's no foul area. You can hit the ball behind you. You can hit it to the side, middle of an oval.
This is crazy. In the highlight video, all I could see was just, is it called the mound? Where the mound is, you know, and the actual, where they hit the ball, kind of like the home plate. It was just like such a tight angle that's all I saw. I had no idea that it was like a massive oval. I mean, it kind of looks like a circle, but an oval.
So there's no foul area. You can hit the ball behind you. You can hit it to the side or whatever. And in this game, the pitchers are allowed to bounce the ball. If you can picture this game in your mind, you are 75% of the way to understanding cricket. The rest of it is details. Before we get started, I just want to say that I'm going to be explaining this like I would to a friend of mine who knows baseball and wants to know about cricket. I'm probably going to be switching between baseball and cricket terminology a little bit more freely than maybe somebody who's a hardcore cricket fan might be comfortable with. Feel free to correct me in the comments, but what might be more fun is if you made a companion video that explains baseball in reverse. All right, let's get started.
Okay.
Basic gameplay.
So cricket is a game played between 2 teams of 11 players. When a team is fielding, all 11 of its players are on the field at the same time. 9 players are out in the field at the various positions, and then there's 1 bowler, who is basically the pitcher, and 1 wicketkeeper, who is basically the catcher. And then the team that is batting has 2 players at bat at any given time. These batters stand at opposite ends of the pitch, which is a narrow rectangle that's in the middle of the oval that is the cricket field. At the ends of the pitch are 2 wickets, which are these little structures that have 3 stumps and 2 bails. The stumps are the 3 pieces of wood that are in the ground, and the bails are these 2 little pieces of wood that rest on top of the stumps.
This is so weird. I don't know how cricket has got past me for 34 years. Like, I've always heard the term cricket, but I've never seen it. It's just so interesting.
A play begins when the...
Oh, and I think there was multiple of you in the comments that said this is like the second most popular sport in the entire world, behind football, another one that I just recently discovered.
The bowler, which is basically the pitcher, bowls the ball to the batter. The bowler is ultimately trying to break the wicket, which would get the batter out, and more on that later. The batter is trying to protect the wicket and put the ball in play. If the ball is put in play and the batter and the teammate are able to switch places, so basically assume the other one's position, the team has scored a run. And if they can do that again, then they score 2, and if they can do that again, they score 3, etc. There are no strikes in cricket. The batter can just choose not to swing if they don't want to. And there's no penalty for hitting a batter with a legally thrown ball. Batters are expected to protect the wicket.
Dude, got him right in the nuts. Holy cow. Also, I read the comments about the ball. I think I said in the video that it was a rubber ball, or I asked, I'm like, is the ball made out of rubber? Because a baseball is like rubber in the middle and then it's, you know, stitched and has, I don't know what the material is on the outside, but makes it a little bit harder, but that's what gives a baseball a bounce. You guys said that this is made out of a cork, I think. Is it a cork? Dude, that thing smacked him right in his Johnson.
The batter can just choose not to swing if they don't want to. And there's no penalty for hitting a batter with a legally thrown ball.
Yikes.
Batters are expected to protect the wicket and not let themselves get hit. In fact, as we'll see in a little bit, there are actually situations where a batter can be called out if they allow themselves to be hit with the ball. There is the equivalent of a ball in cricket. It's called a wide. And if the umpire has determined that the bowler has bowled the ball wide, 1 run is awarded to the batting team. There's also something in cricket called a no ball, which is when the umpire has determined that the ball has been delivered illegally. And there's a couple dozen different reasons
Stepping over
why
the line.
an umpire might call a no ball. If the umpire calls a no ball, just like a wide, 1 run is awarded to the batting team. In cricket, the batters stay on the field until they are out. So they continue to bat and score runs until they are put out. This means that, just like in baseball, a batter can be out with 1 single swing of the bat, or they can stay at bat, I guess forever. But it's common for a batter to score between like 20 and 50 runs in an at-bat, and it's not unheard of for a batter to hit 100.
What? What are the scores get on this? Is that what's on the bottom right here? 3 to 229? No, that can't be a score. That's nuts that you can score like 100 points. You could theoretically get 100 points. Or, yeah, points, right? Stupid.
The boundary.
Along the perimeter of the cricket field is the boundary. This can be a rope or a little cushion type thing, or it could be a short fence or a wall. When a ball is put in play and it reaches or goes past the boundary, that is called a boundary. A ball that rolls and hits or passes the boundary or bounces over the boundary like a ground rule double is worth 4 runs for the batting team. A ball that is hit over the boundary, so basically like a home run, is worth 6 runs for the batting team.
Jeez, I can't even imagine like some of the fans out in the stands getting smacked with this ball. You guys said it's really hard and that it hurts like a mother effer when you catch it. These guys are catching it with their bare hands.
Several ways that a batter or runner can get put out in cricket, and they boil down to 2 basic categories. A batter can be caught out, which is just like baseball. They hit a ball in the air and a fielder catches it. Or they can be out if the fielding team knocks the bails off the stumps of the wicket when you are in a position where that could put you out.
Oh, what?
There's a few different ways this could happen. You could be
That's
run
so
out.
cool.
This is where you are trying to score a run, but they knock the ball into the wicket before you reach the crease that defines the place where you are safe. By the way, the bat is part of your body when determining whether or not you are safe. You can be bowled out, and these are very exciting. This is where the bowler sends the ball to you, and the ball bounces past you and knocks the bails off the stumps. A batter can also be put out by the wicketkeeper if the batter moves past this line here called the popping crease, and the wicketkeeper gains possession of the ball and knocks the bails off the stumps. This is called being stumped out. A batter can also be called...
Okay, slow down. It's like you can get out this way, you can get out that way, you can get out this way. All these explainer videos, by the way, Sports Explain, that's the name of the channel. Pretty sure this is the same channel that taught me rugby and maybe a little bit of football as well. By the way, if you guys are waiting for rugby videos, they're coming. All right. Yeah. I'm going to definitely have to watch this over. There's a lot going on here. So quite a few ways you can get people out. I think he said there's one more. That's pretty nuts, though, that like if you go across this white line right here, the catcher, I think there was another name for it. Bear with me. He can just throw the ball at that and knock it over. That This seems like it would be so much fun to play. I would love to play this.
Off the stumps. This is called being stumped out. A batter can also be called out if they allow the ball to hit them and the umpire determines that the ball would have knocked the bails off the stumps if the batter had not interfered with their body. This is called a leg before wicket. So those are the most common ways that you will see a batter or runner get put out by the fielding team. There are several other much less common ways for a batter to get out, and we will not be getting into them here. One major difference between baseball and cricket is in cricket, if the fielding team thinks they have gotten a batter or runner out, they first have to appeal to the umpire, who who will confirm whether or not the batter or runner is out. So if a batter or runner would be out, but no one on the fielding team notices it, then play just continues, and the umpire will not just call them out. When a player is put out, the bowling and fielding team is said to have taken the wicket, and the batting and running team is said to have lost the wicket.
Overs.
Okay.
Each series of 6 pitches or deliveries, which are called balls, is called an over. Each over has only one bowler, and each bowler only bowls one over at a time. So after a bowler has delivered 6 balls, they take a position in the field, and another player comes in to be the bowler for the next over. A bowler can...
Okay, I like that. That's really cool that they like rotate players instead of like baseball where you have like 1 or 2 pitchers that basically just play the whole game. Usually one pitcher, as long as he's not doing horrible, in which case they'll take him out of the game. It's really cool that like everyone kind of gets a chance. So the opposing teams, they might have like a weak bowler on one team where they're like, all right, we'll get some points when he comes up to bowl. Is it everyone does it, or do they just have to switch? Maybe I didn't catch that.
Position in the field, and another player comes in to be the bowler for the next over. A bowler can field for an over and then come back to bowl again.
Oh, okay.
But a bowler may not bowl 2 consecutive overs. If you're comparing this all to baseball, overs are similar to individual at-bats in terms of the flow of the game, right? It's like one series of deliveries that everyone's watching, and then there's a brief pause while a new player comes on, and then there's a next set of deliveries that everyone's watching.
You know, my question is, do you have to like run up and throw it? Because I would assume that, I could be wrong, I would assume that baseball pitchers throw the ball faster than people do when they run up and throw it. Maybe, maybe not. Like if you have the motion with you. It's the same thing with golf though, right? Like if you're a golfer and you're just standing there and swinging, you hit the ball farther than if you do it like Happy Gilmore where you run into the ball and hit it. So I could be completely wrong, but I wonder if you have to like run up to, I want to say the mound, but like if you have to run up and throw it, or if you can just stand still and just be like, here it comes.
Deliveries that everyone's watching. The difference, of course, is that it's the bowlers, the pitchers that are coming in and out, and not the batters.
Formats.
Okay.
Beyond everything that has been explained so far, the majority of the details of the game that you watch will depend on the format of cricket that you're watching. There are 2 basic formats of the game of cricket. There's first-class cricket, and there's limited overs cricket. First-class cricket, cricket, and there's limited overs.
1-day internationals, T20 100 ball. Okay. Test matches are called first class. That's so funny. It's like reversed, where like you would think that first class is kind of like the main event.
Cricket.
Right, let's keep going.
First class cricket is what a lot of people think of when they think of cricket. We're talking about the games that go on for several days. Everyone is wearing white.
Days?
Maybe the Queen shows up. And first class cricket is most associated with the 5-day long test matches that international teams play against one another. They're scheduled for 5
For 5 days? That's crazy. What? You play one game for 5 days?
But they might be completed before that. At the beginning of the first day, there is a coin toss to determine which team goes first. And then the sides alternate going through their entire batting order. This happens twice. So each team goes through its batting order twice for a total of 4 innings. Unless the team that goes second scores more runs than the team that went first, in which case they don't have to actually finish their entire innings. They just win the game. That was very simplified. The rules governing test matches could be their own 15-minute video. The other format of cricket is limited overs cricket, where each team is limited to a certain number of overs, and each innings comes to an end when the specified number of overs has been reached, or when all of the batters are out, whichever comes first. There are several types of limited overs cricket, but there are 2 that you are most likely to see. The first of these are the 1-day internationals, or ODI. These are played between national teams, and each team has 50 overs. And then there's also T20 cricket, which is 2020 cricket, where both teams get only 20 overs.
I would love to see the history of cricket as well. If anyone has a video on that, feel free to drop it in the comments below or just hit the little link in the description. Mainly because I've seen that there's a lot of teams from India maybe I saw Pakistan as well. Some of those like Asian countries down there, it's really popular there, I'm assuming, at least a little bit of the research I did. And I'd love to know the history of it. Like, did England or Great Britain bring it over there at some point, and then it became very popular, and now are they all in a league together? I think it's kind of what he's covering right now, but
and each
I'm just
team
curious.
has 50 overs. And then there's also T20 cricket, which is 2020 cricket, where both teams get only 20 overs. This style of cricket was invented to be more exciting and more fast-paced, and to put the length of an individual match around the same as other common sporting events around the world. An easy way to know whether you're watching a test match or a limited overs match is whether the teams are wearing white or colors. And if you are watching a professional match, you're almost definitely watching a T20 match.
Scorekeeping.
Okay.
All right, pay attention, because this is maybe the most confusing part of all of this. The score.
Okay.
So at the bottom
Buckle
of the
up.
screen, you'll see it says India, and then it says 118 for 5. This does not mean that the score is 118 runs to 5 runs. No, this means that India has scored 118 runs for 5 wickets, which means that 5 of their batters have been put out. Then it says first innings. So this is the first innings of this match. Then it says England 287. So that's how many runs England scored in their innings. And since this is a test match, both teams will play 2 innings. Then you've got information about the 2 batsmen that are currently up and how many runs they've scored so far. Then at the end, it says Broad 0 for 24. This means that Broad, the bowler, has taken 0 wickets so far and has allowed 24 runs. And then the 15 o'clock over there, that's just the time of the day. It's 3 p.m.
Oh, he said it might get confusing. I feel like that was pretty straightforward, pretty easy.
For a limited overs match, there's a little bit more information that you need to know. So here you go.
Okay.
Down at the bottom, it says England. This is another game between England and India. It's a women's game. So it says England 103 for 4. So that means that they've scored 103 runs for 4 wickets. P2, don't worry about what that means yet. Then it says 24.3 of 50. That means that we are 24 overs and 3 deliveries into this innings. And then the 50 means that this innings will have at most 50 overs, right? Because this is a one-day international. Then it says target 222. This means that India went first and scored 222 runs. So that's how many runs England has to score to win. And from there, it's pretty much the same as the test match we just saw. Just be careful, because if you're watching an Australian broadcast, the scores are reversed. And the wickets are first and the runs are second. So on this one, it says Ren, that's the Renegades, that's one of the teams, 5 for 135. So it's 5 wickets for 135 runs.
Yeah, I wouldn't think that there was 135 wickets, but...
So just be careful. It might be confusing.
Some final
I guess if you're early in the game, it could be
differences.
confusing.
All right, that's basically it. I thought that we would end this video with a few more similarities and differences between baseball and cricket. One major difference is that in cricket, if a ball is in play, the runners are not compelled to move, right? You only run if you think you can make a run. One similarity is that every cricket ground has different dimensions and a different shape. And much like in baseball, this means that certain cricket grounds are more favorable or less favorable to different play styles. Another difference is that in cricket, the positions refer to places on the field and not necessarily the individual fielders. So if baseball had a similar thing, like you would not be the shortstop for your team. You would just be a fielder who would be playing shortstop position. And then if your team was in a shift or whatever, maybe you would be said that you were in the second base position. Or maybe for one batter, you would be in the shallow mid outfield position, right? Another similarity is that in cricket, players' on-field and off-the-field behavior is governed by an old-fashioned sense of propriety that's not unlike the unwritten rules in baseball. And the final difference that's probably become clear to you as you watch this video is that cricket is a much more international game than baseball. I don't mean to say that it is more popular in more countries than baseball, although this might also be true. What I mean by this is that international competitions, so competitions between national teams, are the norm. They're not like a special thing that everyone tunes into every 4 years. Professional cricket is a relatively new phenomenon in the world, And while leagues are becoming much more popular these days, it wasn't very long ago that professional cricket was looked upon as diluting the purity of the game. All right, baseball fan, you have just become a cricket master, and you are ready to watch any cricket
take it
game that
easy.
comes across your television.
All right, that was pretty good. I feel like I have a good grasp on it, but like I said before, every time I do one of these like explainer type videos, I'll pop it on. I'm gonna go downstairs and go make a cheeseburger right now, so maybe I will put it on there. That sounds so American. I'm gonna go make a cheeseburger. We don't eat burgers all the time, all right? It's dinner time. We decided to have homemade In-N-Out burgers tonight, so I'm in charge. I gotta do it. Appreciate you guys watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe. Stick around. I'm checking out all kinds of stuff, and I'm having a blast. That's it. I'll see you next time. Peace.